You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point. Welcome back, friends. Today's story, The Barrel. Let's talk about a man who courted death for a living. Let's call him Bobby. Bobby was an Englishman, but his spirit was wild and untamed. For years, he thrilled audiences under the big top, performing death-defying stunts for P.T. Barnum's famous circus. But for Bobby, the circus tent eventually felt too small. He wanted a bigger stage. He wanted a stunt that would etch his name into the history books forever. He set his sights on the roaring, terrifying precipice of the Horseshoe Falls at Niagara. Now, a schoolteacher named Annie Taylor had survived the drop a decade earlier in a padded wooden casket. But Bobby intended to be the first man to conquer the cataract. And he wasn't going to trust wood. He commissioned a custom-built, heavy-riveted steel cylinder. On the afternoon of July 25th, 1911, Bobby strapped himself into the steel drum. The barrel was cut loose, caught in the rapids, and hurled over the 150-foot drop into the seething, bubbling waters below. When the battered steel tube was finally pulled to the shore, the crowd held their breath. They opened the hatch, and Bobby was alive. He wasn't unscathed, however. The furious waters had tossed the steel drum against the rocks, tearing off the bumpers. Bobby emerged with 2 shattered kneecaps, a broken jaw, and a severe gash in his head. He spent the next 6 months recovering in a hospital bed, but he had done it. He had stared down the most violent force in nature in North America and won. This fearless adventurer is Bobby Leach, and whether you realize it or not, this is The Landing Point. Viewers, thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. We really appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They are a full-service real estate company doing both commercial and residential real estate. They can help you buy, sell, or even lease your properties. So if you're in the market looking for a real estate company, please go out and give them a call. They'll happily help you today. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our social media. Obviously, we have YouTube if you're watching that today. If you haven't done so already, please go out and subscribe. It is completely free to you. There's nothing that you'll be charged or your membership fees, but it does help us out so we can get our latest episodes to you quickly, and you can find out what's going on with YouTube. Our other place that we do a lot of our social media is on our Facebook page, The Landing Point. So please go out and like and subscribe or follow those, I guess I would say, so you get the latest updates. If you're a person that likes to listen to stories as you're out on the drive, we have our podcast. You can find The Landing Point out there, and it can be on most services. So once again, thank you for watching The Landing Point, and we look forward to see you on our next story.